Hey guys, Jared here with a Gameovation video. Today we are going to be playing as Sephiroth and taking on the classic mode in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And my first challenger is Rathalos. I believe that in this classic mode, because obviously all the characters have their own little themes going on, and I believe Sephiroth's theme is that he takes on all the bosses, since he is a boss character in obviously Final Fantasy VII. So I believe we're not going to be taking on any actual characters. It's going to be more the actual bosses we can fight throughout Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And well, I made pretty decent work there of Rathalos. That wasn't too tricky, I don't think. So let's move on to the second challenger. I haven't gone on too hard of a difficulty, purely because I'm not very good at Smash Bros. I'm not gonna sit here and try to pretend like I'm this amazing player who can go on to all these competitions and whatnot and take on tournaments. I definitely cannot. So I want to give you guys the best sort of content I possibly can, and I think that's probably going to be through just doing it on an easier mode for myself. So I do apologise to everyone. I should really be using more of Sephiroth's better moves, like some of these, keeping my distance. Oh, actually, I could have used a move then, I believe. It's deflecting move, because he does actually deflect all the damage, and it takes it right back to the my opponent. So let's see how much damage I can do here. I think he's my... Oh, no, let's see if I can just reflect that. No, okay. I've still got to get used to Sephiroth. He is literally brand new. He only came out not too long ago. And what a finish that was. That was, if you know Sephiroth or Final Fantasy, you'll understand why that was quite an iconic finish there. Yeah, so he's only come out very recently, so I'm just still trying to get to grips with him. I'm trying to sort of figure out what he's like and stuff. You know, it does take a little while to get good at these characters, these brand new DLC characters, and obviously it's like a big mad rush when the character comes out. Everyone wants to be the first one to get videos out on them, and yeah, so within the YouTube Smash community, it always is like a big mad rush. But you know, I'm just gonna try my hardest. I've always said I'm just a one-man operation with me and my laptop. I don't have a fancy gaming computer with good amazing graphics card or anything like that, really. It's just I'm literally just a one-man operation with me and my little laptop that isn't very good. So you know, I'm just plodding along, minding my own little business on my corner of YouTube. But anyway, I'm taking on Marks. I believe it's a Kirby boss. I don't... Is this Kirby? I'm not too... Oh dear. I'm not too familiar with the Kirby games or the Kirby villains and stuff. I do believe this is from Kirby. Do correct me if I am wrong in the comment section below. I could very easily be wrong. Oh no, I've been sucked into a black hole. That's not what I want at all. Where is my... He's very annoying. He's very close to being beaten, but he's just really irritating to hit. Can I just please get some damage on him? There we go. And during Sakurai's talk, something that's very important to all people who actually may want to main Sephiroth is that all the damage is done in the middle of his sword. So it's very strange and very different, in comparison to Marth, who all the damage there is on the tip of his sword, and with Roy, where all the damage is on the base of his sword. We've now got a character where all the main damage is on the middle of their sword. I did always wonder that when we were going to get a character with the most amount of damage dealt within the middle of their sword, because it does seem pretty weird. Let's be honest. It's not your average thing, is it, to have all the damage dealt in the middle. It's you kind of get the tip, you kind of get the base, but the middle, really, that doesn't really seem to make much sense to me. But yeah, here's Dracula. He's very easy at this stage, but to be honest, the real fight begins now when he transforms into this horrible looking beast. But yeah, obviously Dracula being the Castlevania boss. I do like how we do have a lot of third party bosses. We've got obviously Monster Hunter, we've got Dracula. Is that all we've got? Oh no, I was about to say Marks, but I just said he was Kirby. But it's still very cool. They had Nintendo have got plenty of options for bosses they can choose from first party. But yeah, they chose to go for some third party stuff, which is lovely. Honestly, you love to see it. Just doing my taunt here, which I don't really know. I don't remember seeing Sephiroth ever doing this weird purple smoking taunt thing. I'm not really too sure what that's supposed to, what that's in reference to. Honestly, I must say though, I'm not the biggest Final Fantasy fan. No, not I do like Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy 9 is actually my favourite Final Fantasy of this of all of them. But yeah, is Final Fantasy 7. I did play it. I did sort of play a little bit of it. It was more my brother, if I'm going to be honest with you. My brother was a lot more into Final Fantasy than I was. But you know, but yeah, I was more Final Fantasy 9, but I do know Final Fantasy 7. Like, most people know of Final Fantasy 7. It's such an iconic game, which is why we've got two characters from Final Fantasy 7 in the game. I would love it if we did get a Final Fantasy 9 character, but unfortunately Final Fantasy 9 just is nowhere near as popular as Final Fantasy 7. There we go, get him out there. I gotta admit, this Ganon boss is actually really tricky because like you could only attack him from the base, so you gotta make sure you're really careful with like just like getting away from his front, because you can't do any damage from the front of him, only the base. And oh dear, this does not look good. Okay, this is not looking good for me. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. There we go. Let's just jump over him to get out of his way. Let's block. There we go. Let's attack the tail a little bit more. Oh dear, oh no, that's not good, that's not good. Okay, there we go. I've got my wing, which actually, it comes up whenever I start taking a lot of damage. My wing comes up and actually helps me out in battle quite a bit, which is great. It's kind of similar to Lucario, actually. We were kind of discussing in our conversation video, like, whether or not it would be similar to, sort of Joker's, or like Little Mac, where there's like a little XP bar. But no, it's actually a little bit more similar to Lucario, as when he starts taking more damage, he'll like sort of defend himself. He'll have this thing that gives him a little helping hand. And there we go. I've just about defeated Ganon. I almost died there. They got a little bit too close for comfort, I must admit. But we got the job done. So yeah, the wing also comes up. It's kind of interesting how they've done it. So like, if you're one stock down from your opponent, they're more likely to give it to you if you're one stock up from your opponent, if that makes any sense. Sorry, I probably butchered that explanation, but it's kind of interesting. It comes up if you're at a disadvantage, pretty much. And yeah, so no, he's a very interesting character. He's very fast. I don't know, he's a weird one. He's a fast character. I don't think he's the most strong, but he can still pack a little bit of a punch. So yeah, I don't know. I think oh dear, oh no. I do think Sephiroth is actually going to be a very, very good character. Get out! Stop pushing me off the edge. I think he is going to be a very good character, actually, when it comes to competitive play, because he feels very good to play as. Like, just me playing as him, like, now, like, he feels really good, honestly. And he's got a decent level of strength on him, and he's decently fast. I was thinking, what are they going to do? What are they going to substitute? Are they going to keep his strength or keep his, like, speed? But they kind of, like, managed to keep all of it, to be honest, and it's just brilliant, really. So let's see if we can get rid of Giga Bowser with that. That does do a lot of damage. It doesn't quite go as far, but it was enough to defeat him. Once again, I'm not going to pat myself on the back too much of obviously defeating these guys, because I know I'm on an easier mode, but I hope you guys are enjoying this. I believe we've only got one more villain left to fight, one more boss. Oh no, sorry, we've got this bonus game. I'm just going to purposely die on this bonus game, because to be honest, it's a bit boring. They bring back break the targets, you know? Like, why have we lost break the targets and we got that rubbish instead? It's just kind of, yeah, it's a bit rubbish if you ask me. But anyway, as I was saying, on to our final boss, where we're gonna fight Master Hand and Crazy Hand. This hopefully shouldn't be too hard, and it's quite cool that we are in the final stage. I do have to admit, though, like, of all the DLC characters, final stages, they definitely dropped the ball with Sephiroth, in my opinion. I really think they didn't do quite as well as they could have done with him. I think it's just, it's a bit of a stinker of a stage, if I'm going to be honest. It's just kind of like the small battle destination, you know, the one with the two platforms, and that's kind of it. The platforms sort of spread across a little bit more, you know. It's like I said, it's a bit of a stinker. It really is. They've really dropped the ball on it. Like, we had Banjo's stage, which was amazing. We've had a lot. All of their stages have been solved. Even Min Min's stage was pretty interesting. It's just a lot more interesting than what we really managed to get out of Sephiroth. And like, who was it? Steve's stage was really good. Honestly, like Steve's stage was absolutely fantastic. It was so interesting. You could destroy the different parts of it, and yeah, it was great. Anyway, I've just defeated Master Hand and Crazy Hand whilst rambling on about how much I don't like Sephiroth's stage, and that is classic mode complete. I'm just going to skip the credits to get to the very end, see what the ending card is, and yeah, So be sure, everyone, to let me know what you guys think of Sephiroth. Have you had a chance to play as him, and what do you think of him? Do you think he's going to be a good character in the competitive play? How do you think he's going to rank on the tier list? Do you think he's going to rank highly? He's going to be like a top tier character? Or do you think maybe he won't be a top tier character? Do you think maybe he's a bit of a stinker? I don't really know. And there we go. There is our little end card, our victory page. That's absolutely fantastic. We got Sephiroth in a crystal with Cloud. And like I said, I'm sure that's some sort of Final Fantasy VII reference. I don't know Final Fantasy VII that much, so I couldn't possibly tell you what it is. But thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, please do leave your opinions in the comment section below. And please do subscribe for all things Nintendo.